Going to have a quick little example here of percent composition. I'm going to show you two types of problems that we can do with percent composition, and the two typical types of problems that are done. This is in 7.3, and yeah, 7.3 of your book. This is not something that you have to read as long as you understand how we're doing this right now. But if you want another resource to look at, 7.3 of your book is a good place to look. So we will do a lab on Wednesday of next week that will show that you'll actually apply this a little bit more. You're going to have a substance that you are going to have that's going to have water in it. You are going to heat that water or heat that substance till the water all evaporates, and from that you're going to figure out the percentage of water in it. So you're going to have data. You're going to have actual gram amounts of things and figure out the percentage of the water from that data. Now, so kind of like number one here has information or has data for how much is in each of the samples. So if I want to find a percentage of iron, all I need to do is take 3.83 grams and divide it by, because that's the iron, and divide it by the whole sample. In this case, the whole sample is 14.80 grams. That's the whole sample. I multiply that by 100%, and I can get my percentage of iron. Keeping sig figs into account, I have 3 on top, 4 on bottom. I have 25.9% of iron. If I want to figure out the bromine percentage, I can do a couple of different things. I can subtract 100 or subtract the 25.9 from 100, and that would give me 74.1%. But you need to show your work so I know how you're doing this. And the reason why is because if you do the bromine and you are going to take the 10.97 divided by the 14.80, well, now you have 4 sig figs, and you're going to multiply that by 100%. You have 4 sig figs top and bottom. So your answer in your calculator you're going to get is 74.12 if you do it that way. I don't care which way you show me, as long as you show me the work so I understand why you're using the sig figs that you're using. So all of them on the front here are going to be like that, where all you need to do is take the amount of each element and divide it by the total sample. And that will give us the percentage of each element within a sample. So percent composition is not too crazy complicated compared to other things that we have done, I would say. So those are more practice on the front, and there's a key up that you will practice on that. Please flip to the back at this point. And on the back, we're going to do one problem together. And that problem is going to be the first one, but then I'll talk about one of the other ones in a little bit. So now this is the other type of percent composition problem. It's if you have an actual compound given to you, a formula given. Now if I want to know the percentage of each element, I'm going to use the molar masses from the periodic table. So I'll start with sodium. The molar mass of sodium is 22.99 grams. I could put AMUs, it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to use the molar masses just because the grams are going to cancel, the AMUs will cancel, it won't matter. But that's just the sodium by itself. Since there's only one sodium, I just put the mass of one sodium. On the bottom, I'm going to put the mass of a sodium plus a bromine. If I add those two together, it'd be 102.89 grams. That's the whole sample together. Anytime you are figuring out the percentage of anything, you are always going part divided by whole. If I want to know the percentage of juniors in this high school, I'm going to take the number of juniors divided by all of the students, and that will give me my percentage. Part divided by whole every time you do the percentage of something. So in this case, the part is the sodium, the whole is the compound with sodium in it. It's all of it. So if I do this, I'm going to get 22.34%. 4 sig figs on top. Again, if you want to do a couple ways of figuring out the bromine. In this case, since there's only 2 elements, you could just subtract 22.34 from 100. You're going to get 76 or 77.66% bromine. The other way would be to take the mass of bromine from your periodic table, which is 79.90 grams, divided by the mass of the whole works, which is 102.89 again. Part divided by whole. Divide that. I'm going to write this in here just for my own brain. Multiply it by 100%, and you get 77.66%. So that's about the most basic type you can get. You'll see on the other examples you have something like on the bottom there, and I'm just going to cross this one out, but you see Al2SO4 3. So for an example like that, you're going to have to take the mass to do the aluminum. You're going to have to take the mass of 2 aluminums. Each aluminum is 26.98. That's going to be your aluminum mass. And then you're going to divide it by the mass of everything. That's 2 aluminums. And SO4 with the 3 on the outside means that there's 3 sulfurs and that there's 12 oxygens. So this is going to be a big mass on the bottom. It's over 300 grams that you're going to put on the bottom. Or it's more than 300 grams that you're going to put on the bottom. So you're going to take the mass of 2 aluminums divided by the mass of the whole works. Again, multiply it by 100%, and you'll be able to get the percentage of each of those elements. So I will, again, I have that key on the hood. So you want to practice these things again, just like other things, to make sure that you know what you're doing. Beyond that, your homework, so you need to practice, work on this sheet, your oxidation number sheet practice, plus you have 2 video notes, one on empirical formulas, one on molecular formulas. Both of those concepts are in 7.4. The video notes will get you enough information to understand what you need to be able to do for both of those. On Monday, we will practice equations for both of those to make sure you know what you're doing, and you're going to have some work time in class before the test on Tuesday. Your test is on Tuesday on chapters 6 and 7. If you had any quizzes that were not taken or not passed, it will need to be taken by Tuesday if you're going to take that test in class on Tuesday. If you have any questions, don't be shy about sending me a message at all or come in and talk to me to fix, or to, not fix, but just to address any questions you have. I hope you have a great and safe and smart weekend. Thank you.